A lot of news we're tracking at 5 o'clock. We're learning more about yesterday's deadly shooting outside a popular arcade in Highlands Ranch. The Douglas County Sheriff's Office says a man, their deputy shot and killed, was connected to the shooting that happened inside the venue. First, though, tracking a major cold front arriving in Denver right about now. The winter blast is set to drop our temperatures down below freezing. The snow will arrive later tonight, a combo that will make any kind of driving a little challenging. We want you to bundle up because the cold, it's going to stick around. Good evening. Thanks for joining us at 5. I'm Kim Christensen.
And I'm Tom Green. Let's bring in 9 News Weather Chief Meteorologist Kathy Sabin with more on the timing of the snow. And we've already dropped below freezing.
Yeah, we've been kind of hovering just above freezing all day, so it was plenty chilly without the arrival of that Arctic front, which is making its way southward along the Front Range as we speak. Still dry for the evening drive, no real issues here. Temperatures right now 28 in Denver, 26 in Greeley, teens up in southeastern Wyoming. And we see a little bit of a cloud shield across eastern and southeastern Colorado. Not much coming out of those clouds yet, but that's going to be changing as we expect a few light snow showers tonight. It's tomorrow into tomorrow night that we'll see the accumulating snow that will impact drives probably late Tuesday night into Wednesday morning as Denver goes under a winter weather advisory. A winter storm watch goes out tomorrow for eastern Colorado, where up to 6 inches of snow is possible. Over the next few hours, a few flurries, maybe an occasional snow shower. It's really going to be late tomorrow into tomorrow night that we start to see that snow really increase in coverage and intensity and really start to accumulate. So tonight, a few flurries, a trace, less than a half an inch expected. As cold is going to settle in, though. You're going to notice that. We're going to drop out of the 20s into the teens overnight. And your weather headlines include that Arctic front, the first of 2 coming in. Light snow off and on between tonight and Thursday, and a winter weather advisory for snow and travel for Denver. I would detail the timing and impact of this latest weather change coming up.
Of course, we'll continue to follow that storm as it develops, and make sure to join us over on 9 News Plus at 7 p.m. That'll be Kathy's latest forecast as the snow and cold move in. 9 News Plus, of course, is free to watch.
Today, a jury in Clear Creek County had its first full day of witness testimony in the retrial of a former sheriff's deputy, hearing mainly from CBI agents who were on the crime scene after that shooting happened. Andrew Bune is charged with killing Christian Glass in June of 2022. Glass called 911 for help while dealing with a mental health crisis. He had crashed his car and refused to get out when deputies arrived, saying that he was scared. The back and forth between Glass and Bune continued for about an hour, and that's when the situation escalated. Today, one of the CBI agents who investigated after the shooting recounted what he saw on a police dash cam.
There's breaking glass. The individual inside the vehicle was screaming. And then there was loud, repetitive commands to drop the knife. And then there were 5 gunshots.
During his first trial, a jury convicted Bune of reckless endangerment, but they couldn't come to a verdict on the charge of second-degree murder. The trial is expected to last a couple more weeks.
A man accused of stabbing 2 people to death on an RTD bus faced a judge this morning. Vincenzo Moscoso pleaded not guilty by reason of insanity. Moscoso was on parole and probation for prior cases when police say he stabbed 2 people almost 2 years ago, one of them in an unprovoked attack. Investigators say he walked to the back of the bus and seemingly out of nowhere stabbed a passenger in the neck. That person later died. 5 hours later, 2 miles away, police say he stabbed an elderly woman near the Regis University campus. His next court date now scheduled for March 17th.
New today, a shooting at a popular Highlands Ranch arcade and bowling alley began in a woman's restroom. We also learned today that started with a dispute between 2 women who were high school acquaintances. Now, that incident at the main event left one of the women seriously injured and sparked a second confrontation outside, which ended with the sheriff's deputy killing a man. Kevin Vaughn from 9 News Investigates is with us now. Kevin, this sounds like a very chaotic case from top to bottom.
Tom and Kim, the woman accused of shooting that gun inside the business later joined up with a man before they ran to a car in the parking lot. It was after that that a deputy shot the man. The first report of trouble in Highlands Ranch came just before midnight Saturday.
Engine 16, ladder 12, active threat.
Trouble at a popular entertainment center with an arcade and bowling alley.
Main event, 64, Centennial Boulevard, gunshot wounds.
By the time it was over, a woman was being treated for multiple gunshot wounds, and a man was dead after a confrontation with a Douglas County Sheriff's deputy. Deputies arrested Nevaeha Crowley-Sanders. This morning, she appeared in Douglas County District Court on a video link from the county jail. In the courtroom, a prosecutor laid out the sequence of events. Allegations that began with a fight in the bathroom involving Crowley-Sanders and a woman she knew from high school. Then, gunfire, 8 to 10 shots from a semi-automatic pistol. The woman was hit at least 4 times. Exiting the bathroom, prosecutors allege Crowley-Sanders fired again, then met up with a man. They went outside to a car. It was after that a deputy confronted the man, who was armed with a gun. According to Douglas County Sheriff's officials, the deputy ordered the man to drop the weapon, but he did not. At that point, according to the sheriff's office, he turned toward the deputy, who opened fire. The Douglas County coroner has not yet made public the name of the man who died. At today's court hearing, a judge set bail for Crowley-Sanders at $1 million. She's due back in court for the formal filing of charges later this week. Live in the newsroom, Kevin Vaughn, 9 News.
Certainly a lot to cover. All right, thanks, Kevin. Colorado State Patrol stayed busy through the Super Bowl weekend, the agency releasing numbers for those increased DUI patrols, specifically from Adams County. The increased patrol started early Saturday. They ended this morning. According to CSP, troopers made 151 traffic stops and arrested 18 impaired drivers over the weekend. Troopers also say there was one crash with property damage involving an impaired driver. The State Patrol says it focused on Adams County because of the number of crashes they see on weekend evenings. Since 2020, state data shows the county had 380 crashes, 85 of those being deadly.
President Donald Trump has pardoned former Illinois Governor Rod Blagojevich, a man who served 8 years behind bars inside a prison in Colorado. He was accused of trying to sell former President Barack Obama's U.S. Senate seat after he won the 2008 presidential election. He was sentenced to 14 years in prison at FCI in Inglewood, but he only served 8 after President Trump commuted his sentence in 2020. Blagojevich and Trump have known each other for more than a decade. He once appeared on Trump's show, The Celebrity Apprentice. Despite agreeing to a 1-month pause on issuing tariffs to Mexico and Canada, President Trump just issued a new tax, this one targeting steel and aluminum imports. Trump says this new 25% tax will be placed on any steel coming into the U.S. Since the announcement, share of U.S. steel companies rose this morning before opening bell. Trump also promised more tariffs are on the way for countries that tax American exports.